Yes, last weekend was a big weekend for one of the footy clubs here in Adelaide. The Elizabeth Footy Club celebrated 60 years, and one of the gentlemen that's been around the club for a little while, we won't say how long, Wayne Richard's been good enough to come and give us some time. Wayne, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
60 years is a long time for a footy club to be established, mate. So 1955, you said it was established. You had a club, but no footy team. 56 was really the start.
First year was 56's playing. We played in the Gawler League, and that was Salisbury, Elizabeth, Salisbury North, Virginia, Gawler Centrals, Gawler South, Williston, Rosebery College.
All right, then in 78, we jump ahead. You came into the South Australian Amateur Footy League.
Yes, into SAFA. I was lucky enough to be the first coach in SAFA. Unfortunately, we lost the grand final to Bodbury down at Port Adelaide. The next year, we were promoted to Division 1. Rob Mulholland took over as coach. Only done it for 1 year, and then 1980 was the move from Elizabeth at Ridley Road to Agana Park, our new club rooms, and I took over as coach 80, 81, 82.
Sometimes when you move, you know, we see there's a lot of talk, teams amalgamating. If you talk about Sydney and being relocated from a previous club, to move from your club room in 1980, I mean, it was nearly a had to move. If we were there right now to be underwater, about 6 feet of water.
Probably would be.
So the move had to be made. Did you lose many members in the move?
We did lose a lot of members, a lot of the older ones who had been in Elizabeth for a long time. That was their sort of drinking hole, so to speak. Because at that stage there was no hotel trading on Sundays. So the football club was their outlet to not only to have a drink, but it was a big fundraising day for us. And with our move, we did lose people that were going up to Agana Park. So you have to generate a new supporter base.
All right, Wayne, let's talk about the game. Of course, it was supposed to be a game last weekend. It was going to be against the opposition, but we won't talk about why that didn't occur. But
yes,
it looked like it was going to be on, it was going to be off, it was going to be on, and finally it was on. It was almost the Eagles up against the stars of previous years for the Eagles.
Against the old Eagles.
Was it a big day?
It was a big day. A lot of faces that turned up I haven't seen for years. I had two people come over from Western Australia with their wives, and they stayed at my place for the weekend. I can say I'm glad that they've gone back, but that's another story.
The drinking hole was heavily drunk, yes.
But it was good. It was a good day, and everyone, we were lucky. The weather held off. The oval was a bit boggy, understandably, because of all the rain that we've had. But it was a fun day.
Probably the good thing about actually not having the Rosewater team to play against was that you got primetime TV across Adelaide. So for the likes of me that's sitting up in the Adelaide Hills, I was able to look in and go, wow, it's Elizabeth. Wow, you're celebrating.
Yes.
So, you know, even though it wasn't the ideal situation, great situation that you got the broadcast to be able to get the news out there. So
it was, as I said, it was a good day. Sold off some memorabilia and able to wear our jumpers that we had specially made for the day and auctioned those off. We've still got a few left, so we'll leave those for a fortnight's time for the Smithfield game, and we'll carry on with that a little bit more then.
Wayne, I sense your passion in your voice when you talk about your footy club, because it's your club. 31 players have gone through the footy club onto Central Districts. You've had 11 or more go on and play AFL. Just a couple of the big names. Johnny Platten, Mike O'Loughlin started with you and then have been superstars in the AFL. Is it difficult now to bring the juniors into the club and hold on to them as they develop? Is it hard to get a junior program running?
It's not hard to get a junior program. The problem comes is trying to hold them.
Yeah.
They'll come up into the senior ranks, and then somebody else decides that they'd like to offer a little bit of inducement to them. So what do you do? If the club struggles a little bit financially, they're not going to be able to hold those players. And this gets back to grassroots football sort of thing. We've seen the instance where the league sides are struggling to retain their players because lads are going to the countrysides. And it's a big thing, but we've got over 200 juniors registered with the club. And as I said, they go through. You want them to go through and play for Centrals, and it's a bonus if they go to the next stage on. But we also welcome them back when we've done that. And we've had one with Adam Switala. He with Elizabeth, went to Centrals, went to Essendon for a while, come back to Centrals, and then come back and played a couple of years at the end, sort of
Get
thing.
back to where they started.
That's the big bonus that you get from it.
Yeah.
It's almost a family, isn't it? You leave and
Yeah,
come back.
absolutely.
I'm glad it was successful. It looked like it was and well done by the organisers to think off on their feet. We need to make something happen here. It happened really well.
It
60
did.
years is fantastic. Elizabeth Footy Club, you need to go down there and have a look at the facilities. It is fantastic. We need to get to a break. Still plenty to come. Stay with us.